Hello everyone, welcome back to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today we turn to one of the most influential and fascinating traditions in the history of Buddhism, the Chan school. In Chinese it is called Chanzung, in Japanese Zen, and in Korean Shan. Although it eventually spread throughout East Asia and later the entire world, its heart lies in a simple yet profound teaching. Awakening is already present within the mind itself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others on their path of discovery. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your reflections may spark meaningful conversations and mutual growth. Together, let's start our exploration. The special transmission beyond words. Chan tradition is often summarized in a famous verse attributed to early Chan masters. A special transmission outside the scriptures, not relying on words and letters, directly pointing to the human mind, seeing one's nature and becoming Buddha. This statement captures the spirit of Chan. It does not mean Chan rejects scriptures or teachings. Rather, it emphasizes that ultimate realization cannot be captured by concepts alone. The truth must be directly experienced. Chan is therefore a tradition that emphasizes practice, insight, and realization in the present moment. Today we will explore its origins, teachings, masters, scriptures, practices, and the stories that illustrate its spirit. The historical roots of Chan. The word Chan comes from the Sanskrit word dhyana, meaning meditative absorption or deep contemplation. Meditation was central to Buddhism from the time of Skyamuni Buddha, but Chan developed into a distinct tradition in China beginning around the 5th–6th century CE. The legendary founder of Chan in China is Bodhidharma, an Indian monk who arrived in China during the Northern and Southern Dynasties period, around the early 6th century. According to tradition, Bodhidharma traveled to China and eventually met Emperor Wu of Liang, a ruler famous for supporting Buddhism. The emperor proudly told Bodhidharma about the temples he had built and the scriptures he had sponsored. He then asked, "What merit have I gained?" Bodhidharma replied bluntly, "No merit." The emperor was shocked. Bodhidharma explained that such deeds were good, but they belonged to the realm of worldly merit. True awakening transcends even merit and virtue. This encounter illustrates the Chan spirit, cutting through conventional thinking to point directly to ultimate truth. The meditation of Bodhidharma. One of the most famous stories about Bodhidharma is his meditation at Shaolin Temple. Tradition says he sat facing a wall for 9 years in silent meditation. This practice became known as wall-gazing meditation, Pi Quan. The purpose was not to stare at a wall physically, but to rest the mind in pure awareness, letting thoughts settle until one's true nature becomes clear. Bodhidharma summarized his teaching in a short but profound statement. To see your nature is to become Buddha. This idea became central to the Chan tradition. The core focus of Chan, direct realization of Buddha nature. At its heart, Chan teaches that every being already possesses Buddha nature. This idea appears in several Mahayana scriptures, especially the Nirva Sutra and Tathagarbha teachings, but Chan emphasizes experiencing it directly. Chan masters often say, "Ordinary mind is the way." This means enlightenment is not somewhere far away. It is found within the mind that is aware right now. However, the problem is that our mind is clouded by attachment, conceptual thinking, and habitual patterns. Chan practice is therefore about seeing through these illusions. When the illusions fall away, the natural clarity of mind shines forth. Key scriptures of the Chan school. Although Chan is known for the phrase, "not relying on words and letters," it actually draws deeply from many Mahayana sutras. Among the most influential scriptures are the Langvatra Sutra, the Diamond Sutra, the Platform Sutra, and the Avatasaka Sutra. The Langvatra Sutra played a particularly important role in early Chan. Bodhidharma reportedly transmitted this sutra to his disciple Huk, saying, "Here is the Langvatra Sutra." It contains the essential gate of mind. This text emphasizes the idea that all phenomena arise from mind. The Diamond Sutra also became extremely important in Chan. It contains the famous teaching, "One should give rise to the mind that abides nowhere." This teaching expresses the Chan insight of non-attachment. But perhaps the most important Chan scripture is the Platform Sutra of the Sixth Patriarch, which records the teachings of Huineng. Huineng and the Revolution of Sudden Enlightenment. Among all Chan masters, Huineng, 638 to 713, stands as one of the most important. He is considered the sixth patriarch of Chan. According to legend, Huineng was an illiterate woodcutter who one day heard someone reciting the Diamond Sutra. When he heard the line about not abiding anywhere, he experienced a profound awakening. He traveled to study under the fifth patriarch Hongren. One famous story describes a poetry contest held at the monastery. The senior monk Shenchu wrote a verse: "The body is the Bodhi tree, the mind a bright mirror stand. Constantly polish it diligently, let no dust alight." This verse suggests enlightenment requires gradual purification. Huineng responded with another verse: "Bodhi originally has no tree. The bright mirror also has no stand. Originally there is not a single thing. Where can dust arise?" This verse expresses the Chan teaching of emptiness and sudden awakening. According to the story, Hongren recognized Huineng's understanding and secretly transmitted the robe and bowl of the patriarch to him. Sudden enlightenment and everyday mind. One of the defining teachings of Chan is sudden enlightenment, Tunwu. This does not mean practice is unnecessary. Rather, it means awakening can happen instantly when the truth is directly seen. A famous Chan saying states, "A single thought of awakening is Buddhahood." However, after awakening, practice continues. Chan masters often speak of sudden enlightenment followed by gradual cultivation. This means insight appears suddenly, but its integration into daily life takes time. The great Chan masters. After Huineng, Chan developed into many lineages. Among the most famous masters are Mazu Doi, Beitang Weihai, Linji Yishuan, and Zhaozu Kongshen. These masters are famous for their unconventional teaching methods. Sometimes they shouted, struck the floor, or asked paradoxical questions to break students' conceptual thinking. Master Linji famously declared, "If you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha." This shocking statement does not mean literal violence. Instead, it means do not cling even to the concept of Buddha. True awakening requires freedom from all attachments. Another beloved Chan master is Zhaozu, known for simple yet profound responses. When a monk asked, "Does a dog have Buddha nature?" Zhaozu answered, "Mu." Mu means no or emptiness. This became one of the most famous koans or meditation riddles in Zen practice. Chan monastic practice. Chan monasteries developed a distinctive style of practice centered around meditation and everyday activity. One of the great Chan masters, Beitang Weihai, established monastic regulations that shaped Chan life for centuries. He famously said, "A day without work is a day without food." This reflected the Chan belief that practice is not limited to meditation halls. Working in the fields, cooking, sweeping floors, all can be forms of practice. In Chan monasteries, monks spend long hours in seated meditation. But equally important is mindfulness in ordinary actions. Chan therefore teaches that enlightenment is found not only in meditation, but also in washing dishes, drinking tea, or hearing the wind through bamboo leaves. Koans and the art of breaking the logical mind. Another distinctive practice in Chan, especially in later Zen traditions, is the use of koans. A koan is a paradoxical story or question designed to break the limits of conceptual thinking. For example, what is the sound of one hand clapping? Or, what was your original face before your parents were born? These questions cannot be answered logically. They push the mind beyond ordinary reasoning into direct awareness. When the mind stops grasping for conceptual answers, insight can suddenly appear. The influence of Chan across Asia. Chan became one of the most influential schools of Buddhism in East Asia. It spread to Japan, where it became Zen, influencing Japanese culture deeply, including tea ceremony, calligraphy, martial arts, and poetry. It also spread to Korea, where it became Chan Buddhism, and to Vietnam, where it became Thin. In China itself, Chan eventually blended with other traditions such as Pure Land Buddhism, creating practices that combine meditation with Buddha name recitation. Today, Chan and Zen are practiced throughout the world. Anecdotes of Enlightenment. Chan literature is filled with vivid stories. One story tells of a monk asking Master Mazu, "What is Buddha?" Mazu replied, "This very mind is Buddha." Later, when another monk asked the same question, Mazu answered, "No mind, no Buddha." These seemingly contradictory answers reveal an important Chan insight. Truth cannot be captured in fixed formulas. It must be discovered directly. Another story tells of a monk asking Zhaozu for guidance. Zhaozu asked, "Have you eaten your rice?" The monk replied, "Yes." Zhaozu said, "Then wash your bowl." In that moment, the monk awakened. The teaching was simple. Practice is found in the ordinary moment. The living spirit of Chan. The Chan tradition teaches that awakening is not distant. It is present right here in awareness itself. As one Chan saying declares, the ordinary mind is the way, but the challenge is to see clearly without clinging to thoughts, identities, or illusions. Chan practice is therefore both simple and profound. Sit quietly. Observe the mind. Let thoughts arise and pass. Gradually, the practitioner begins to glimpse the clear, luminous nature that has always been present. Conclusion. Seeing your nature. In the end, the Chan tradition returns again and again to one central insight. Seeing one's nature, one becomes Buddha. This does not mean becoming something new. It means recognizing what has always been there. Chan masters often compare enlightenment to clouds clearing from the sky. The sky itself was never stained. In the same way, the mind's true nature is always pure. When we learn to see it directly, the teachings of Chan become alive, not merely philosophy, but living wisdom. Thank you for joining me today on Living Wisdom and Dharma World. In our next exploration, we will continue discovering the great Buddhist traditions that have shaped spiritual history and continue to guide seekers today. If you found this teaching helpful, please like, subscribe, and share so others can benefit from the Dharma. Feel free to share your reflections in the comments below. May all beings awaken to true peace and liberation.